going to get to go first. But we do the Q and Q really quick. So it says, I saw that my life was a vast, glowing, empty page, and I could do anything I wanted. I saw that my life was a vast, glowing, empty page, and I could do anything I wanted. What would the title of your biography be? Don't give up. Keep going. Something like that. Whatever. Push forward. Okay. I like that one. The world is mine. There you go. Me? What's wrong with, wait, what? Best bowler in the universe. There you go. Oh, what's wrong? No, boop. You want to know what's wrong with you? Abso-freaking-lutely nothing. How about that? I'm like, what does she mean? I'm like, no, boob, no. Cool dude can have a biography called Life in Florida Without Air Conditioning. Mr. Rub my Florida weather in your Ohio weather face. What's next? I like that. The bested of the best hustle infinity. Oh my God. All right. So like, I asked this, I picked this morning, for two reasons. It was the first card I picked. And very rarely do I keep with the first card, right? Like I normally flip through about 15 of them, but it was the first card I pulled. I pulled a few more, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to read this so that I can remind everybody that every single morning we wake up, we have an empty slate. Every morning we wake up, we have the ability to make changes to our life. Now, a lot of our problems is we want to make all these huge changes overnight, you know? But the reality of it is every day we can work towards making ourselves a better version of ourselves, right? I believe that every day we have a chance to do something good, to make ourselves better, to make somebody else feel better. So maybe yesterday or a few weeks ago was a really bad day and you had a lot of really crappy things happen, right? Tomorrow's another day. And I'm quite used to this phrase, as in, like, you know, maybe next year, maybe next time, because I am a diehard Cleveland Browns fan. And so, like, not only I don't expect rings, I really expect consistent failure, but I also do see, as of late, that they're trying to make improvements. And I still will forever be a fan. But again, you know, maybe, just maybe, next year. I know, I really want to do well with everything. So guys, everybody that's here, welcome. I'm Silly Lily, and this is Lessons Learned. We have Panda Nugget up first, and then we're gonna have Black Joker. And I know that he's been on the show before, and he has had us all just, you know, he's a very good speaker and very good. He's an amazing entertainer. He's even an more amazing entertainer. But are you guys ready to meet Panda Nugget and learn the lesson that she is willing to share with us? Oh, absolutely. I speak the facts. Y'all know that. All right. So, Panda, just let me know when you're ready, or Nugget. I don't know which one you go by. Sorry if it's both. But I don't want to let you in the box just because you never know. You ready? Okay. Look, my biggest fear, Nugget, is letting someone in the box and they're like changing their shirt, or they got their finger up their nose like this and they're like, oh, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. So I just like to get the approval first. So how are you? Good morning, and thank you for being here.
Morning. Thank you for the rose. Okay. So I guess I'll just start with an introduction.
Okay.
I'm Panda Nugget, 24, and I am a single mom. Um, I'm not here to tell you necessarily his side of the story because I believe in equality and there's always two sides to the story, but this is how mine starts. By packing all of my belongings into trash bags and finding a place to go, 26 weeks pregnant. Um, I was in a domestic violence situation with my baby daddy, and I ended up going to live with family. Well, I finished out my pregnancy. Um, let's see. I have notes. I'm sorry. I got a place to stay to finish out my pregnancy. I didn't believe that my baby daddy was gonna stick around, and I was absolutely correct. I woke up one morning with my legs numb and I couldn't walk very well. Come to find out that my blood pressure was extremely high, and I had preeclampsia and headed to labor and delivery. Um, about 10 minutes from my house, my once by the time I got to labor and delivery, my blood pressure had spiked to 210 over 190. That meant it was baby time. The baby needed to come out. I was by myself at labor and delivery. I walked to the OR at 11 p.m. by myself and had a C-section by myself and had a baby placed in my arms at 11:33 p.m. I wasn't dilating, had lots of complications. They pulled him and he was rushed to the NICU. He was in the NICU for 3 weeks. I traveled back and forth on my own for 3 weeks to deliver milk to my child and check in on him. My baby daddy showed up 2 days after he was sent to the NICU. He came in and he looked at him. He refused to hold him or make any correlation that that was his child, and he left and never saw him again. He never signed the birth certificate or took accountability this child was his, and so I had to take that accountability and be both parents. Um, I worked really, really, really hard for the last couple of years, and I have my own house. My child is very well taken care of. He's almost 5. Um, when he was about a year and a half old, he started having seizures due to a blood clot in his brain. Um, I thought he was going to be okay until one of the seizures turned him blue and he was placed in the ICU for 3 months. I reached out to my baby daddy again to ask for genetic testing because epilepsy runs on his side of the family. We wanted to know if it was genetic or if it was something going on with his brain. He refused to do genetic testing. And so, fast forward to last year, we just found out that he had a blood clot in his brain and he had it surgically removed and he has been seizure free since. The lessons that I have learned about being a single mom have been very hard. Sorry, I might cry.
Okay.
It's a lot of ups and downs and roller coasters. It's a lot of figuring out who you are and remembering that you're not just a mom, you're also a person. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I really wouldn't. Being a single mom is very, very hard. My child was 7 weeks early, dealt with medical complications most of his life. But where I am at now, I have never been in a better place. And the lesson learned for this is to keep pushing. Because if at the end of the day, my child needs me and he needs a happy, healthy mom. And so you can't give up. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep pushing because your child is who needs you and is what matters. So yeah, that's basically my life lesson. Yeah.
It's insane how motherhood very quickly teaches you that you have the ability to do things that you never once thought humanly possible. Because you push. This little human relies on you. And I found myself, the moment I became a mom, like that protective side of me came out. I think she's frozen. Oh, there's not. But I learned that I can, when your kid is sick and you're sick and you fight through the sickness, right? Like all you guys, you come home and you got the wife and the kids and they're sick and you're healthy and you did nothing because you're the man. Yeah. And then you're sick and then you want her to wait on you hand and foot. Yep. Shame on you, boys.
Yep.
Shame on you. But anyways, as a single mom, you don't have that person to rely on. When you're sick and they're sick, like my daughter and I had COVID at the same time. Like, thank God she was old enough
my son and I
to care for herself. Mm-hmm. She was like 9, so she could do her own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and get her own cereal and pour her own drinks, right? Like I couldn't leave her alone, but if I was sleeping and she was hungry and I was dizzy and I couldn't get out of bed, at least, because I don't know, had I been that sick when she was younger, like I don't know what I would have done. I mean, the only person I have to really call is my grandma, and I can't send my kids to grandma if I'm sick and risk getting her sick. So like, we're just sick together. But you know, that's nothing in comparison to having to have your kid. Like you were saying, pump your milk, swap it off, and that is a lot to have your kid in the NICU. But look at the baby go now. Not so little baby go now. Worth every long night. Worth every long night. To be, and then that true. When you're a single mom, you have to find ways. When you want to panic, you have to remain calm because you're the only one that can keep that calmness. And it's crazy how instantly good I got at it. But I will admit, when this situation is done,
it's that mother.
That's when I start to. So when you're like, oh my God, it's over and it's done and everything is fine, that's when I go into my full blown holy cheese and rice. That was awful. And then my heart starts going and I hit a panic attack because I start thinking of all the what ifs and the could haves and the should haves and the, you know what I mean? Even though it's done, even though it's over, and even though everything is 100% okay, I start panicking like, oh my God. And so then I have to work through that. And then that I think has been the hardest part is
it's definitely one of the hardest parts. And it's I think the reason it comes so naturally to some people is it's just that natural motherhood instinct of, I love this child. I'm going to do anything to protect this child. Mm-hmm. I think that's where a lot of the motherhood instincts come, and it just becomes a normal thing for us day to day.
I agree. I was a very young mom. I was 18 when I got pregnant and 19 when I had my son.
Me too.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I was a baby having a baby, and at 19 years old, I'm gonna look you dead in your eyes and tell you I had no business having a baby. Would I go back and change anything? No. Because it's all of what has happened has made me who I am today, and I am proud of who I am today. I might not be the wealthiest MFer, I might not drive the fanciest cars, and I probably consider to most of you I live in a shoebox, but I live in a nice area. My daughter has the ability to get an amazing education, and she doesn't go without. And I do all of that on my own.
Yep.
I know a lot of people who live in the same environment that I'm in with 2 people, and they can't make it work. They're struggling. They're in massive debts. Like, so being a single mom definitely has made me stronger and willing to push further than I think I ever thought I could. Yeah. So if any of you are single parents, man or woman, and you feel like you're on the struggle bus, we all are, sweetheart. We all are. But you want to know what? You're still doing an amazing job. You're an amazing parent, and any kid is lucky to have any parent that's on their side. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of kids out there that would pray to have the meanest mom alive, or the mom who ruins their life every other weekend because, you know, you don't let them go do dangerous, stupid stuff, right? I'm okay being the mean mom. I'm okay being the, you know, I'm okay with that because my children need to be safe. I love my children. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I told my 13-year-old, mistakes are going to happen, and she's learning right now, and I'm trying to learn how to make her understand lying to me is the worst thing you can do. Like, as a single mom, I need to be able to trust you, whoever you are in my life, even my kids, because I have to trust you to help me. It's you and me. That is all. And if I got to work 2 damn jobs to support your little expensive derriere, guess what? I need your 15 to 20 minutes of help with some chores around the house, right? I need that for me to be able to get through the day, you know. And if I'm going to let somebody into my life, you're going to need to be like 1,000% sure and have a Disney addiction, because you're not complaining about my Disney stuff. So those are my requirements. We'll just throw that in. I'm just kidding. And as a single mom, I've even been to Disney twice. So I'm just saying, anybody can save and make it happen. I'm just saying. But if you guys are just tuning in, this is Panda Nugget. I'm Silly Lily. You're watching Lessons Learned, and we're kind of just talking about the journey and different feelings of motherhood. And her main reason for sharing this was, you have to keep going as a single mom, or just in general life. You know, it's not even necessarily even just has to do with single parent, but when life gets hard, you have to keep pushing. You have to keep going, right? If you could, I like to ask this question on topics that are a little more sentimental. If you could go back to, and as you are right now, knowing what you know now, could tell your 18-year-old self anything, what would it be?
To get off my ass and not choose alcohol.
Yeah.
I struggled with an alcohol addiction like the first year after my son was born. I've been sober for 4 years now.
Right on. Hit the rock. Congratulations. That is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, again, another thing that you push through.
Another thing I pushed through, yeah, for sure. It took me a hot minute to realize. So once I recognized that I had a problem, I was like, my kid doesn't deserve this. Let me fix this really quick. So I try and do everything.
Well, you know what? You did it. You did it on your own again. You know, like it's and you know, I think that kind of in relation to this topic, you know, especially once you become a single parent, everything changes, right? And every day things change. And the thing that I have to remind myself constantly is literally, we are promised 2 things in life: death and change. It is things are constantly going to change, and we are eventually going to pass on. That's it.
Absolutely.
The journey in between are choices that we make, right? You can choose to, you know, like I could have chosen to go to a very good school after a good college. I could have chosen to do all kinds of different things, but I chose the most difficult path I can give myself. And that's why I'm so hard on both my kids. My son, he picked the same path. And as of the last semester, my daughter's picking the same path. Labor intensified jobs, because we didn't want to get a good education, you know? And I mean, granted, I passed high school and all that stuff, and I did go on to college, but I couldn't make up my mind on what I wanted to do. And turned out I didn't need a college degree to do what I do. So, you know, I'm okay now. But it was a hard, long, crazy journey until I was able to get myself in some type of like the financially secure situation, which is damn near impossible as a single parent. Because every time you're like, oh, look, I got money in the bank, then your car tire blows. I got money in the bank, your kid needs diapers. I got money in the bank, damn it, the kid needs braces. Money in the bank, now they need glasses. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
The glasses one is so real, though. I replace my son's glasses every 6 months, and I am so tired of it.
Yeah.
So tired of it.
It's crazy. And as a mom, you go without. I mean, there was probably 5 years of my life where I ended up buying 1 pair of shoes because I ran holes through all mine. But other than that, like, I bought nothing for myself. Everything was like, bills and gifts. I mean, granted, I had enough. I didn't go without, but
I've had my glasses for like 4.5 years because I've had to replace kiddos' glasses so many times. So I've had these for a hot minute.
It's crazy, you know, the sacrifices that you make so that your kids can have a better life than what you had. And, you know, I guess my biggest hope is that My kids have a better life. They're able to find somebody, and they're not afraid to get into relationships like I have been. You know, like I'm afraid I taught my kids how to just be alone too well, and I don't know that I like that. I've been single, for those of you that don't know, pretty much since my daughter was born, 14 years. I've dated here and there, but nothing ever seriously. So like my son I had, and I wasn't really with anybody since he was little. So like they've never seen someone in a relationship. You know what I mean? They don't, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that I've been alone that long, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm just not going to settle. I settled for too many years and for too long.
Never settle for less. Never, ever, ever, ever.
And the crazy thing is I don't ask for much. You just, you know, be able to take care of you and yours, because I take care of me and mine, and be faithful and honest and communicate. And I want good morning and good night messages every damn day. That is it. Like, well,
exactly.
I mean,
that's not too much to ask.
Those are mandatory to make me a not single mom. It doesn't take a lot. I don't care what you do. I don't care where you live. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. I just want you to make me feel like I'm, other than your children, the most important person in your life, because that's exactly what I will give you. But I'm not giving that to another person that doesn't deserve it. I refuse.
Exactly.
Single mom life. Let's go.
Single mom life.
It's hard, but it's so rewarding too. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Because it's also that accomplishment of, like, you guys can't really say anything to me because I raised these kids on my own. Like, you weren't here to help. Don't put your 2 cents in. You know what I mean?
Yes, Jess. Yes. So, Sash, see, here's the thing: is so many people look for outside, not reconciliation, approval. They want outside approval. Yeah. They need you. You're that okay. Ew, I don't like saying this out loud about myself, but as a previous people pleaser, and still it sometimes sneaks up, my whole life was based around making sure other people approved of the things that I did. So if you didn't like what I did, even though I loved it, I stopped. Be it sports, hobbies, whatever. Okay. So I've learned recently in my life that, and this was life-changing, y'all. This was life-changing. When I stopped giving a crap whether you liked what I did or not. I don't care if you don't like my purple hair. I don't care if you say I look like Barney or whatever. I love it, and I'm going to rock it. Don't look at it. What do you mean?
Exactly.
What do you mean? What do I mean? It's my head. Have a great day. Well, that's rude.
People are going to have opinions whether you do it or not, so you might as well just do it.
I treat people accordingly. So if I'm nasty to you, just know you done deserved it. I'm not just mean to people for no reason. I'm just not. Exactly. I will come at you if you deserve it, though. So
yeah, for sure.
Or if you're somebody like T and you just have to get yelled at regularly to feel normal for whatever reason. Oh. T, like, I don't think he necessarily likes getting yelled at, but I think he likes seeing me in mama bear mode, because he says the little things that puts me in mama bear mode, right?
It's like, knock it off. You need to go sit in timeout to re-regulate your emotions.
Okay, Scott. So when are you going to be on my show? Because that's a great topic.
That is a great topic.
That is a whole other half-hour segment, though, so we're not going to get into that. Joker, we got about 8 or 9 minutes, and I'll have you hop in the box here. Maybe 7. Based situational continuation is bogus. I just think that everybody needs to focus on being who they want to be, not who others want them to be. And that was hard to learn as a single mom, because like you said before, you're not just a mom, you're also a person, you know,
you're
like
a person. Yeah, you're allowed to have feelings, and you're allowed to be overstimulated. You're allowed to need a break. Like, those are things that nobody should feel guilty for And I'd also like to add, taking a shower or running to the grocery store on your own is not a break. Not a break.
It's okay to
So
go out with your friends once a month or twice a month. It's okay to
exactly,
go see a solo movie in an afternoon matinee and eat a whole tub of popcorn. Not that I've ever done that.
I've done that a few times. It's fine.
All right, I have too. Fine, I'll admit it. But you know what, though? I mean, sometimes I can't get someone to see a Disney movie with me, and I really want to see it. And the kids are like, I'm too old for Disney. And I'm like,
I
what do you
love
mean
Disney.
you're too old for Disney? I'm about to be 43, and I still love Disney. So then I'm stuck going by myself. But I'll go early in the morning, so only a couple toddlers and their mom will see me alone.
Yeah. I love Disney movies. I'm so excited for the new Inside Out movie to come out.
Oh my God, I just told my daughter that yesterday. I'm like, I can't wait to go see that. She's like, yeah, okay. So I don't know, maybe. And Moana, that doesn't come out till November. I'm beyond. Moana very quickly became my very favorite Disney movie.
Me too. I have a Pua piggy bank. She sits on my dresser.
Oh, all right. So is there anything else, Panda Nugget, that you want to add to this topic before I ask you a few basic, more relaxed questions?
I don't think so. I think I kind of put all my stuff on the table for everybody.
So tell me, folks, where do you stream? What can we find in your stream? And do you have any other events or shows coming up?
Yes, I have lots of shows coming up, actually. Hold on. I have a list. Okay, I have Heart Rate tonight at 4 p.m. EST. And I have Tic Tac Trivia on July 6th at 10 p.m. EST. I stream kind of randomly. Sometimes it's in the morning, sometimes it's at night. I try to stream every day. I haven't for the last 2 days, but I will be streaming later today. You can find a lot of random singing and karaoke and lots of laughter. We're laughing all the time in there.
Good. What kind of karaoke?
Anything, to be honest.
Do you prefer country? Do you prefer rock? Just what is your personal karaoke fave?
Probably pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't sing. Probably. Y'all would kick me out. You'd be like, nope, mute.
But it's a really good, friendly environment over there. We don't do any like negativity or toxicity. It's just all good vibes, and it's a safe place. So.
Do you stream mornings, nights, afternoons, or are you just random?
I'm just everywhere. I'm also a huge mental health advocate, so I try to leave my DMs open for people who need it as well.
Okay. All right, guys, make sure you favor Panda Nugget. And if you missed the conversation, it was about staying strong as a single parent, and how it's crazy what you find you're able to do that you never thought you could do. So, all right, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, and I look forward to hopping into your streams. And I hope that you got some faves, and I know a few of these folks will be by to see you. You seem like good people, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep staying strong. All right, guys. So then in a few minutes, we're going to have Black Joker. And like I said before, he's been on here and he's had some amazing life lessons to share. And then again, he's just an excellent entertainer. If he'll bless us at the end, maybe we'll get him to do a little something at the end if we have a couple minutes. But I should just skip the middle so that I have time at the end. All right, so CNC, drink your water, get out in nature, shake your booty a little bit, exercise. It's summer, get some sunshine. And then my questions for you, be ready to answer fast. When was the last time you did something for yourself? Did you drink your water? And make sure you're getting plenty of rest. It's important. Okay, so there was your self-care, self-love segment. Black Joker, are you ready? That is it. That is the fastest middle segment I've ever done. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Lessons Learned. Oh my God. All right. I know you're blinking. Let me know you're ready, though. Joker, just so that I know. I can't play ball right now, buddy. You got to give me 25 minutes. All right. What's going on? How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
You're welcome. Anytime. Anytime. I told you that last time. So yeah, let's just we'll dive into the topic and let these guys know what we're talking about.
So yeah, my topic is basically being unwanted. You feel me? Having that feeling of being unwanted. I've learned from having issues with my family in the past. No matter what people make you feel like, understand you are you. At the end of the day, you come into this world alone, you will leave alone. Like at the bottom, as long as you're making yourself happy, don't worry about what anybody else has to worry about because they're not the ones living in your day. They're not the ones walking a mile in your shoes. So as long as you keep feeling like, oh, uh, I'm not good enough for this person. I'm not good enough for this person. Are you good enough for yourself? That's all that matters. Because people are going to love you for who you are, or they're going to hate you for who you are. That don't mean you need to change who you are.
Yeah, this makes me think. I seen something the other day, and it the guy was saying how when his kids draw a picture or they do some type of artwork and they bring it to him for his approval, he his first response is never, oh my god, it's amazing. It's how does that make you feel? And at first I was like, what do you mean? Tell them it's pretty. And but then he went on to explain, because I don't want her, and his kid was the one was a daughter, to have to go around and have other people's eyes and opinions be the voice of what she finds to be beautiful. He goes, so I ask her how she feels. He goes, and that I hope helps teach her to reach inside for her own validation. And as long as she knows she loves it, it doesn't matter what other people think. And I was like, oh my God, man, where has that been my whole life? Because I could have used that a long time ago for both my kids.
Facts. And I think it actually is true more nowadays because when we grew up, we didn't have social media. So you just had to deal with school at school. You had to deal with your personal and your personal. And the two never really intermingled. But then as we grew up, we started getting Facebook. Now these kids nowadays have TikTok, MySpace. We had Facebook, MySpace. You feel me? I had my yearbook before it became Meet Me. All right.
And AOL. Where did that crazy
AOL,
dial in? That's where
Yahoo
I started. Like
Messenger,
that's
like it. If you talk to people, it was never people from where you grew up. So now it's in a situation where everybody has access, so everything becomes everybody else's business. So you can walk around life, oh, made a mistake one day. Now everybody's kicking your back in for that one mistake you made 15 years ago because now it's on social media. If you don't give a about that mistake, why should you care what anybody else thinks? Like you already owned up to the mistake. You already knew what you did. You already had a look, freestyle thug 13 at AOL.com. You heard me? Like AOL instant messenger, hold up, aim.com. But that was like that was where I started realizing when I started seeing my stepdaughter was more depressed, my stepson was more depressed, and I started looking at what she's looking at on social media now as I have a little girl who shouldn't feel any type of depression at all. And I'm starting to notice she's starting to have tendencies of depression, but I also realize my daughter has a phone, my daughter has a tablet, my daughter has access to TikTok, she has access to Reels. She's watching Reels about animals and they're all sad, so they're making her depressed. So it's like you may don't think of it as they're just playing sad music. Just be like, look, you think this cat pretty is a pretty cat. Think about it like that instead of thinking about something bad. Um, as opposed to my older daughter watching a whole bunch of skinny females on what's the name. There's not really a lot of bigger. actresses that are predominant actresses. We had what, Jennifer Hudson, the girl from Precious, Oprah Winfrey. We don't have that many BBW black women as actresses. And then when you start seeing Lizzo come up, you want to push your kids to start listening to stuff like that, so it's reflective. But you don't want to make them feel some type of way because not, oh, we're just listen to the big. No, you want them to feel everything. But the world is so messed up that it's making everybody feel some type of way about something else.
Yeah, I think a lot of us forget that we are responsible for our own happiness, and we have to teach our kids that. Um, I when my son was younger and he first got into all the electronics, I very quickly started labeling a lot of kids with my own personal diagnosis, and I call it IG syndrome, and that's instant gratification because they want the likes, right? They want the likes. They want the people in the messages. They want everyone to tell them that they look amazing. They come to here for reassurance, for other people to make them believe things when they should already just know it. They shouldn't need for Joker to say, "Oh my God, you're the most beautiful woman." You should just know that. Like you should know that you're gorgeous for who you are, the way you are. But
And
it's so hard now.
I always have to sit here and say, like, with the we created that instant gratification factor. It was like we were the generation that came from, we all earned a trophy for winning, and then we got to 2000s and everybody and their mama getting a trophy just for participating. Like instant gratification, no, you're gonna be good or you're not gonna be good, but you can work to be better, and that's where it happens. And it happens on this app as well. There's several artists that they're so focused on beating me in rap battles, and I tell them, you'll never beat me in a rap battle until you learn how to beat yourself. Because right now, when you cheat for wins or you pay for your wins, you're not progressing. You're not. You're putting yourself into a place of complacency. So when you get into that place of, oh, I'm just complacent, I'm never going to grow. And as long as people keep saying here, oh, one or two people, hey, you're all amazing, just because they're trying to make you feel good. Nah, the world's too sensitive. You got to be able to tell the truth how it is. And I feel like because we are no longer at that aspect, now everybody is in a position where they're worried about everybody else. But if you stop being so sensitive to everybody else's needs and start being sensitive to your own needs, you'll stop caring about what anybody else says.
I and that kind of falls into I tell my kids you gotta ride your vibe to find your tribe. Because if and I say this here all the time, if you're trying to learn how to play football, you're not going to be caught at a chess tournament. And if you're trying to learn how to cook, you're not going to be caught in the bathroom. Like, it's you're going to be in the kitchen, not the bathroom, right? Like you've got to put yourself into situations where you can be who you're supposed to be. If you enjoy bike riding but nobody else does, who cares? Get on a bike and go. Go. If you're supposed to meet someone on the path, you'll meet someone on the path. If you like hiking, get all trails on your phone and go. You can't get lost. Just bring a backup battery pack in case your phone dies. I've had to do that. But like, put yourself into situations to do things that make you happy, because that's where you're going to find your people. That's where you're going to fit in. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've learned in life, I can count on one hand the people that if I called right now would drop everything and be here for an emergency.
I live with those people.
But that's it. I have tons of people that I know care about me, but they're not going to drop their life. And I'm going to tell you, outside those few people, I don't care what you think of me. And I don't care what those 5 people think per se, but I want them to still feel respected and appreciated, and not like I'm, because I sometimes get very involved in myself or my business or something, and I put something to the side. So I think that's my biggest thing, is trying to balance everything, so that I don't feel guilty for not being there for people. But also life happens, and I just can't always be there for everybody.
And that's another thing people don't understand. Like, yeah, it's cool to be there for everybody when you're 20s and you're young, but if you have kids, if you have kids when you're young, you can't be there for everybody because you no longer are that person for everybody. Like it's hard to be an independent artist and do music because I don't always want to be away from my daughter. You feel me? So it's like, do I push something off? Do I push something away that I'm good at just to be a parent? Do I find that balance? I find the balance, but that takes away from me being around my friends. So it's like, in order to be the person you want in life, you have to make sacrifices. And if you're worried about what everybody else is thinking, you'll never be able to make those sacrifices that you need to make to get to where you need to be in your life.
And if the people in your life aren't understanding and accepting and still cheering you on for making that choice, they don't belong in your life.
Facts. Some people are here for a reason. Some people are here for a season.
I say that all the time. People are like the parts of a tree. Most of them are like leaves. They come and they go. They're here for a season. They do their thing. Some people are like branches. They stick around for a while. They're semi-sturdy, but eventually it breaks. And there's very few people who are like roots and they're just there. But you hang on to those few. And, you know.
Very much. So I know y'all want me to do some type of performance.
I'm like, do I ask? Do I say? Do I do? I'm like, no, don't. But then as it gets close, I'm like, he's just so good. And I want people to see that. And I want people to favorite you because I do appreciate all that you do. I know I don't pop in to see you as much, but I also know you're everywhere else too. So
Even if you can catch me streaming, I'm always on somebody else's page. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do Kryptonite by Three Doors Down because this is a song that basically is to tell you you are the Superman. Like you are who you need to be. Are they going to be there for you like you were there? So hopefully that,
well, all of us are like, we love that song. We love that song. Yes, he's amazing. That's why I'm like, look, y'all, that's why I said he's an amazing speaker, but even a more amazing entertainer.
Let's have some fun with this one.
All right, let's go. I can't get in the way at all, okay, guys? I don't usually mute during the show, but for this, I am.
Easy to find items made by independent sellers.
Gotta book my voice real quick. Hold on 1 second.
On Etsy now.
Welcome to Lessons Learned. You are about to watch Supreme Black Joker sing Kryptonite. Stay tuned, y'all are in for it. I'm telling you, y'all are in for it. I'm really excited.
I hope y'all enjoy.
Music during shows are good as long as it's sung originally and it's not on the radio. This is an original by him.
Original cover. You feel me?
I watched that front side. I got the back side.
I got this, T. Don't worry, but thank you for having my back.
As long as you're actually the only one singing it and they don't have any music, you can play it.
Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. I watched the world float to the dark side of the moon. I feel there's nothing I can do. Yeah. I watched the world float to the dark side of the moon. After all, I knew it had to be something to do with you. I really don't mind what happens now and then, as long as you'll be my friend at the end. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive, and where will you be there? Holding my hand, I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman mind's kryptonite. call me strong, you call me weak, but still your secrets I will keep. You took for granted all the times I've never let you down. You stumbled in and bumped your head, and for me, then you'd be dead. I picked you up and put you back on solid ground. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I keep you by my side with my superhuman mind's kryptonite. Whoa, no, 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 no. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I keep you by my side with my superhuman mind's kryptonite. Yeah! If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I keep you by my side with my superhuman mind's kryptonite. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What a great song. See, that's why I mute myself so I could sing completely off tune in the back and you can't hear.
Yo,
I can't sing for nothing. I don't want to ruin it. So I just mute me and let you go. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. So if you guys are just tuning in, this is Supreme Black Joker, and he just got done singing an amazing version for us, and we're kind of talking about how you got to put yourself first. You have to learn to love yourself and kind of not seek approval for others, along with a lot of other things we threw in there pretty quickly. Okay, as an adult who's gone through things, what is the best advice that you give to your kids about this?
stop worrying about what everybody else thinks about you. I'm like, if daddy's not mad at you, if daddy doesn't have any issues with what you do, if mommy's not mad at you, and you making us proud every day, don't worry what anybody else thinks about you. Because mommy and daddy's the only one that matters.
I like that. And then before I let you go, tell these folks all the details about you so they know where to find you and when, because I know that you're going to have some folks coming to see you.
Hey, yo, I'm probably going to be live later today around like 4:30, 5 o'clock p.m. for a couple hours. Y'all can catch me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Dan Daniels. Rap. I'm a battle rapper. I'm now 64 crowns. After last night, I have 64. When I get to 100, I'm retiring off the app from battle rapping. I'm only going to judge, and I'm only going to do battle rapping in real life. You can catch me this weekend. I was supposed to be at Live Fest, last minute thing, but I was supposed to pull up and surprise people, but we got Puerto Rican Day Parade on Sunday, so you know, y'all who saw it. I'm Panamanian, my girl Puerto Rican, my daughter Puerto Rican, so you know I got to go out there and support from my peoples. You feel me? Latinos, we standing up this weekend.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That, follow me on IG, TikTok, real.black.joker, Rumble, real.black.joker. I'm starting to stream everywhere. We trying to get this revenue going because it's hard to be an independent artist and be a father at the same time. So as long as my fans help me, I always greatly appreciate it, and I will always throw your merch, sneak peeks of songs, early releases, just so y'all can have it and spin it before everybody else do. That way, when you spinning it on your own from your own playlist, your actual MP3 on your own phone, you can tell everybody, "Hey, yo, go look this song up on Apple Music." Instant promotion. But because y'all my fans, I would definitely make sure y'all have the songs first. It's just that's just how I really move as a person, because this whole world and this whole community is supposed to be about helping everybody progress. And if you do music, if you engineer, if you do poetry, tap in with me. I do own my own label, and I am trying to bring a bunch of people to the Villain Gang. We're the best of the best in whatever we do, whether it's poetry, rock, rap, conscious music, hip hop, Spanish, reggaeton, dancehall. I'm bringing artists from all over, every ethnicity, every nationality. I'm doing musically what Fred Hampton tried to do with the Black Panthers, and that's bring love through unity.
Okay. My son is okay. I don't know what it's called. I guess I consider it heavy metal, but similar to like the Mushroom Head, where you do that screaming with your that stuff. My son's actually getting really good at that. It's scary.
Get him to be good with Gibby. Gibby off the app. Get him to tap in with Gibby. Gibby is the person that can teach that ground to the T.
I'm gonna tell you, he come
GTR
over
and
and my
Gibby.
daughter was like, "Mom, listen," and he just did a quick little, and like I can't even try to mimic it. I can't. I can't. I did for like 2 seconds, and my throat hurt for 3 days. So
Chris Casper. Shout out to Chris Casper. Growls like a monster. Oh my God. His rock music is crazy. If y'all haven't heard Chris Casper, please go check out his band. Oh my God. Bro,
I didn't know it was.
if you want to know who can growl, there are 2 people on this app that I will refer you to any day. That is Gibby. Shout out Team GTR. And that is the runner of everything we love, Chris Casper. Like, yo,
No, Chris did that. I knew Gibby did, but I had forgotten.
Brody put me onto one of his songs, and oh my God, it was the clearest metal song I've ever heard. It was like, I was like, yo, if I'd have had this growing up, I'd have never went back to rap.
Right.
It's great music, and that's why I'm saying, like, once again, I'll tell artists, if you have a talent, I will support you. I will tell people to tap in with you. That's what this is about. It's a community. That's why I'm part of MSL as well as Damnation, and I own my own family, Villain Gang. Once again, that is my actual label. But this is why I became the part of who I tied into, because I've been around this app for a couple of years. I've been cool with top badges who make money, who do singing, and they'll try to kick your back in just for clout. But be the ones to be the first people like, hey, we still cool, right? Nah, keep that energy. You feel me? Because you're going to show me better than you could tell me. Actions speak louder than words. So I want to always produce my actions to be, yes, I do have my flaws, and yes, I do beef with people on this app. If you know, you know. But other than that, I try to show love to everybody else. Just don't get on my bad side, because beef is forever.
I'm the same way. I'm good till you done. I once I catch you lying to me, I just can't anymore. Cause like I'm a really understanding person, so to lie to me is just stupid.
Yeah, that's the main part with me. You kick my back and you talk about anybody in my family, and that's not a part of our conversation. You can talk about my girl. She gonna talk shit back to you. Like, I'm so sorry. She gonna talk junk back to you. But you talk about my kid, okay, we fighting. Especially if my kid never was in a situation. This is an adult app. Now, if you bring your kid to me in a disrespectful manner, I am a disrespectful person, especially when I'm a man. I will disrespect. Don't do it. But I'm telling my flaws. I'm an open person. I'm an open book. I am a very disrespectful person when I get to that level. Just don't take me there. It's 0 to a million.
Yeah, I treat people accordingly. So, yay! It's 11. Show's over. We can swear and it's okay. You were 30 seconds too soon on the cuss word.
God damn.
Mother thank you for being on this show and for singing for us. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys have him favorited and go check him out. You guys won't regret it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
For everybody who gifted me in the comments, who loved the performance, I do this for the fans. Love y'all. Peace. Light, love, and positivity.
Cinemas, Daddy. So for those of you guys that don't know and you're newer to the feature shows, we are not allowed to curse for the hour we're on. We don't acknowledge gifts. We're not allowed to acknowledge favorites. So that's why, like, you'll see me just kind of do this a lot, and I'll lip because I can't not say thank you, but also, you know, I have to try to follow the rules to the best of my ability. I have to sneeze. Oh God. Hello, Ambi. Oh my God. There's always at least two. Hold on. I'm gonna blow my nose. Maybe we won't get a second.